What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, bringing you guys our Week 11 team builder in GBA. Your Detroit Steelwings going up against Coach Z and the Columbus Chew. This is a divisional match. It'll put us better in standings. It'll make us look better if we get a better spot for, like, you know, drafts and whatnot, depending on how if we randomize the draft or if we go by, you know, records and whatnot. So, looking to pick up another W. We are currently 2-8, I believe, looking to go 3-8 after this match. You know, pick up another W or two. Last time we did win against Coach Z, so hopefully we can use that to our advantage. I do think there will be some changes made on the Columbus Chews team this time around, showing what was problematic last time. If you guys missed last time, check it out in the playlist in the description, as well as Coach Z's channel, so you can go check out their side of the battle as well. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the team, because there were some changes made in between, you know, since last we played. He does carry the Excadrill. 110 base HP, 135 attack. Great spinner. It has Sand Rush, Sand Force, and Mold Breaker. And spoilers, he can now actually, you guys see the team already above me, but spoilers, he can now actually use Sand Rush or Sand Force. Good spinner, very good Pokemon overall. I really do enjoy Excadrill, what you got in the APA right now, and it is putting in some of the finest of work. So in the right hands, Excadrill can also, you know, just do really well. So that's something we gotta, you know, be careful of. He's got the Manaphy, base 100s across the board, pure water type Pokemon with a hydration ability. So if he does bring sand, he can also try to bring maybe Rain Dance on Manaphy just to kind of help out with the hydration. I don't know how well Manaphy is going to do, considering last time. If we look last time at what the Chew brought against us, they brought Mega Ampharos, Mienshao, Weezing, Excadrill, Manaphy, and Celebi. This time, so they don't have the Mega Ampharos anymore, and I don't think Manaphy is coming. If I had to guess, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark right now. If I had to guess, I would say the Sand Core comes. Well, let's finish talking about the team. Let's finish talking about the team, and then I'll talk about what I think is going to be coming. Hippowdon. They do have the Hippowdon now. Very reliable sand setter, very bulky Pokemon. Somewhat passive. Can set up rocks, can whirlwind, has reliable recovery and slack off, earthquake, stone edge, all that fun stuff. Elemental fangs for like niche tech. But in my opinion, it's a bit more passive, but it does have a lot of bulk behind it. Even though it's only got 72 base special defense, that 108 HP is very, very terrifying. So, and its stab, or, you know, earthquake stab off 112 base attack still is, you know, pretty nice. So, he's got the Porygon 2, notorious Eviolite user, with Trace, Download, and Analytic. All three abilities can be brought this week. I would anticipate something like a, probably like an Analytic set, if I had to be honest. It's pretty slow against most of my teams, so I feel Analytic would be the best here. He's got the Sneasel, which I guarantee comes this week. Sneasel, obviously having Dark and Ice typing. Can be brought Life Orb, can be brought Choice Banded, can be, because I'm pretty sure he speed ties most of my team, if not outspeeds it. Yeah, so we like Sneasel doesn't, so he could actually probably bring Banded Sneasel, because the Pokemon that do outspeed it obviously hurt it and OHKO it. So if he brought Banded Sneasel, I wouldn't be surprised, but could be Life Orb, could also just be another Eviolite abuser. Knockoff, Pursuit, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, things like that. Low Kick. He's got the Mienshao, very fast, very hard-hitting Pokemon with the Regenerator ability. Last time we did see Regen Life Orb Mienshao, if not mistaken. So he could bring Reckless this week. He could bring Scarf this week, so that's something we got to be careful of. We do have, like, the #1 Mienshao check in the Draft League format, in my opinion, in Kafagrigas. So that's one thing that I do really enjoy. He's got the Celebi, base 100s across the board, Grass Psychic type with the Natural Cure ability. Can set up specially, physically, can, you know, toss around hazards. Toss around status as well, can Baton Pass too. He's got the Weezing, very bulky, physically defensive Pokemon with a Levitate ability, making so its only weakness is Psychic typing outside of ground types that use Mold Breaker. He's got the Mega Gardevoir now as opposed to the Mega Ampharos, a very hard-hitting Psychic and Fairy type Pokemon, 165 base special attack. I could see Mega, I don't know if I see Mega Guard showing up. I've got Mega Beedrill, which, like, I really don't know a universe where Mega Gardevoir takes a Poison Jab from Mega Beedrill, and I know he's got, like, the Weezing and stuff, so I feel like he would need Hippowdon or Weezing if he does bring the Mega Gardevoir, just as, like, your dedicated Beedrill check. But we'll see what he brings. He's got the Fearow now, too. It's another form of hazard control on his team. Another good defogger. It's got, or defogger, I should say. Keen-Eye Sniper. And I say that not to rack on the pick of Fearow. I say that is because I've never seen anybody grab Fearow for its defogging abilities, more so like running the dual stab sniper focus energy set. So base 100 speed, so that's nothing to joke at. I believe it gets access to U-turn, so a Scarf Fearow could be something I could see showing up. It is his other Z captain, his two Z captains being Manaphy and Fearow. And then he does have Blaziken, 120 attack, 110 special attack, but 80 speed. He can't speed boost, which is really nice, but he can run Flame Charge, so That is something to note. Other things to note about his team is that he has 2 Rockers in the form of Excadrill and a Powdon, and he has a T-Spiker in the form of Weezing, Rapid Spin in the form of Excadrill, a Defogger in the form of Fearow, a Heal Beller, and a Healing Wish user in the form of Mega Gardevoir and Celebi. So if I want to talk about the 6 that I think he's going to be bringing, I think the Sandcore is going to come. I definitely think Sneasel has to come. I would say Mienshao. I don't know if Mienshao would come. I think Mega Gardevoir is going to come, and to that extent, I could see Weezing coming, just because, like, Mega Beedrill literally can't touch it. And then perhaps the Manaphy. So if I had to give 6 Pokemon that he is going to be bringing right now, I would say Excadrill, Hippowdon, Sneasel, Mega Gardevoir, Weezing, and Manaphy. And one of my favorite things about these 6 is that we have a Pokemon on our team that I don't think I've ever seen brought to League format before, that runs that team's fade. So we'll go ahead and talk about the team here really quickly. First up here, we have Lycanroc Dusk, Choice Banded Lycanroc Dusk with the Tough Claws ability, Return Sucker Punch, Stone Edge, and Accelerock. One of the reasons that I really do enjoy Banded Lycanroc, personally, is because of how hard it hits. We recently brought Banded, or are bringing Banded Excadrill to a team. And seeing that power output does... First up here, we've got Houndoug the Lycanroc Dust, Banded Lycanroc, Tough Claws ability, Return Sucker Punch, Stone Edge, and Accelerock, 36 in HP, 252 attack, 220 in speed with a Jolly Nature. He has no switch-ins for this Mon. Excadrill doesn't like a Sucker Punch. Nothing else likes anything else on. I mean, Return, like Banded Tough Claws Return just runs this team's fade. Stone Edge obviously just picks up huge KOs. Accelerock for the priority is really cool. In case I'm up against like Fearow, or in case or like Sneasel as well, just because Sneasel does outspeed us. But the Accelerock will be cool. Return, he doesn't. And once the Excadrill goes down, like bulky Hippowdon, even Weezing. Like if we look at some of these calcs right here, let's talk about Excadrill like a Sand Rush sweeper with no HP investment. Oh, wrong set on the Lycanroc. I was like, that does 1,000,000%. Sucker Punch does 57 to 68 to this thing. So with some prior damage, Excadrill does go down 2-hit KO to Sucker Punch. Return, I mean, like I said, Return, 42 to 49 to Excadrill. If we look at something like the Hippowdon as well, like a pretty bulky Hippowdon, Return does 34 to 40, which is just like, that's such incredible damage output. That's absolutely incredible damage output. Something like the Weezing as well. I mean, Stone Edge is doing 47 to 56 to, or hold on, let me... Yeah, Stone Edge has a chance to 2-hit KO if he's not Black Sludge. I would probably anticipate like Pain Split, Rocky Helmet on this Weezing, just in case of Mega Beedrill. But his physical threats do take a huge hit from this. But let's look at some of his Pokemon that aren't, you know, physically dedicated checks. Manaphy takes 67 to 80 to a Choice Banded Stone Edge from this thing. Something like Porygon 2. A max HP, a little bit of investment. Porygon 2 with the Eviolite does 40 to 48. If we get rid of the Eviolite, does 60 to 71, which is absolutely disgusting. Something like Sneasel. Sneasel doesn't want to take any of this. Yep. Accelerock, Return, Stone Edge, all kill 100% of the time. Something like Mienshao, if he does bring the Mienshao, which I don't think he would. We outspeed that thing in Return 111 to 131%. Something like Celebi, if he's an offensive Celebi. Sucker Punch doing 83 to 98 to that thing with rocks up. Sucker Punch has a very high chance to knock him out, which is really, really nice. What else does he have? The Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir. Uninvested Mega Gardevoir. Stone Edge drops, Return drops. If he's max HP, Stone Edge has a chance to kill, or Stone Edge has 75% chance to kill max HP Mega Gardevoir from full. 75% chance. Return has a 6% chance, but if I have rocks up, that immediately bumps up to an 81% chance, and Stone Edge immediately kills. So just like I said, a lot of his Mons just absolutely run, and I'm like, I don't even need to calc Fearow. Accelerock kills pretty much 2 Fearows, Stone Edge kills 3 Fearows, and then the Blaziken, of course, is the last Pokemon that he potentially could be bringing. And Stone Edge does 101 to 120%. So like I said, Banded Lycanroc, just the damage output is absolutely insane. Our speeds here, like I discussed, is for the Jolly Mienshao. It's the fastest thing we can outspeed on his team. Next up here, really, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kurogiri the Cofagrigus, he had a hard time with this last time, which is why I would probably say Excadrill might be more supportive with Spin. He could also bring the Fearow for defogging because Toxic Spikes really wore down his team, And Confagrius with Mummy and Knockoff was just absolutely incredible. Toxic Spikes, Knockoff, Shadow Ball, and Haze. 252 HP, 252 defense, 4 in special defense with a relaxed nature. We are underspeeding his entire team to get a slow knockoff. We can set up Toxic Spikes. His poison type is not grounded, so that was the advantage that we kind of took off last time. So I'm going to go with that. Shadow Ball instead of Pain Split this week just for more damage output. Last time, I believe the set we ran was Toxic Spikes, Pain Split, Haze, and Knockoff. Yeah, Knockoff was our only way of being offensive, so... instead of making it a little bit more passive, we do still have Kangaskhan with Wish passing into this thing, so we can just go for damage output. Obviously, two things that hurt this are Mega Guard with Shadow Ball, anything with Ghost or Dark coverage. Sneasel, the reason I think Sneasel is coming is literally because of how much of a problem this was last time. We've got the Colbur Berry, so we don't get Pursuit Trap by Sneasel as well. Hidden Power Fighting was an option on here just to like stay in, tank the Pursuit, and then go for a Hidden Power Fighting just to take care of it, but then it 2-hit KOs us on the switch, so Colbur Berry just kind of help with that. We can Wish Pass with Kangaskhan and all that other stuff, but Mummy being able to if we can poison the Celebi and then remove its natural cure on the U-turn, same thing with Mienshao with the Regenerator and the Reckless, really does help out. It really just hurts a lot on his team, which is really nice. And then Haze, in case anything starts setting up, you know, if Excadrill gets a Swords Dance up, if Manaphy gets a Tail Glow up, Sneasel or Mienshao get a Swords Dance up, we can take a hit and go for a Haze and just kind of neutral those things down. Same thing with Mega Gardevoir if it starts Calm Minding as well. So next up here, Mountain Lady the Kangaskhan, Spadef Kangaskhan with the leftovers, the early bird ability. None of its abilities work with Wish. Like I really wanted to do Inner Focus, but Inner Focus does not work with Wish. So hidden ability and previous generation moves. So early bird, in case for whatever reason because Scrappy, he has no ghost type, so I don't need to go for Scrappy. So on the off chance something on his team can somehow put me to sleep, early bird is there, but leftovers are there. Roar, Wish, Protect, and Facade. Last time I believe we had Circle Throw. What did we run last time? Last time we ran Wish, Protect, Toxic, and Circle Throw. So Roar, Wish, Protect, and Facade. Because we can roar out things like Excadrill if we do get burnt from the wheezing, and he thinks, haha, this thing is, you know, this thing is neutralized. Surprise! I've got Stab Facade that you have now doubled with the burn. So, and I prefer to get burned over Toxic. In fact, if I can bait a burn onto this thing, I probably will, just because leftovers and burn will, you know, take care of that. And we can roar some things around, get some Toxics up. This thing is also a really good check for Manaphy because it doesn't have super effective coverage for it. So if it does get a Tail Glow up, we tank one and click Roar, which is really nice, as opposed to the Circle Throw. Next up here, this is the Mon that I really just want to do well this week. Choice Scarf Tangela with the Regenerator ability, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Knockoff. 252 special attack, 4 in special defense, 252 speed with a Timid nature. With this, we are outspeeding the entire team, aside from Choice Scarfers. And his likely Choice Scarfers can't knock us out in one shot because we have 115 base defense. So, Leaf Storm, just let's talk a little bit about Ibarra here. Let's talk a little bit about Ibarra really quickly. Going up against something like an Excadrill, Ironhead does 43 to 53. Leaf Storm does 70 to 83 to this thing, which is absolutely terrifying. Something like a Hippowdon, if he is a physically defensive Hippowdon for something like Beedrill, Leaf Storm nukes this thing, absolutely nukes this thing. After some chip damage, even if he is like max special defense on Hippowdon, just Leaf Storm does 84 to 100 to this thing, which is absolutely terrifying. Something like the Sneasel as well. We do outspeed the Sneasel, which is really nice. Leaf Storm, again, 90 to 106. After some prior damage, this Pokemon just comes in and claims lives. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you right here. Mienshao, again, Leaf Storm, 99 to 100, 99%. 99.2 is the lowest roll I can get on that. Any existing chip damage, you know, something like the Celebi. Something like the Celebi does kind of wall us, but Sludge Bomb still 2-hit KO on the Celebi. You know, Psychic does a lot if he's like offensive, but Sludge Bomb, like it's so disturbing how much damage this output has. And I'm really hoping it does a lot of work. I'm really hoping he thinks it's more of a physical wall. Weezing does wall us a little bit. Leaf Storm is still some nice damage, but like Mega Guard, unoffensive Mega Guard, Leaf Storm, or Sludge Bomb 2-hit KOs rather, or we have a chance to 2-hit KO if he's uninvested. The Fearow, I believe we also do a tremendous amount of damage to. Yeah, this thing just comes in and starts claiming lives after a while. So, especially, and it's not here to be the sweeper. Obviously, Leaf Storm dropping her special attack is, you know, not good, but the special attack drop on top of having Regenerator is really cool because if we do take a hit, we can just come back out. We can just regen that into another Mon. So, It's not meant to be the sweeper this week, but I'm really hoping that this just claims like uninvested Manaphy, Leaf Storm just one shots, which is incredible, absolutely incredible. So I love Ibarra this week. I think she is going to do wonderfully. Next up here, we do have Endeavor. I've been talking a lot about what we can do after rocks damage, and I didn't want rocks on Lycanroc. Infernape does the trick with the Charcoal, Iron Fist, Stealth Rock, Mach Punch, U-Turn, and Flare Blitz, excuse me. 12 in HP, 252 attack, 4 in defense, 4 in special defense, 236 in speed with a Jolly nature. We are again outspeeding Jolly Mienshao, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Outspeeding Jolly or Timid Mienshao, depending on how he wants to run. Stealth Rocks will be really nice for wearing down his team. We've talked about how his forms of hazard removal are the Excadrill, which Infernape nukes if I'm faster than. And his other one is the Fearow, if he is bringing it. And Flare Blitz knocks out Fearow, so if he brings like Scarf Defog on that, Flare Blitz just knocks it out. So Iron Fist boosting our Mach Punches, Charcoal boosting our Flare Blitzes, so we can kind of play it off that we are like a set, you know, maybe potentially Bandit or something like that with that, just because Iron Fist will be boosting Mach Punches by 20%, Charcoal boosting the Flare Blitz by an extra 20% as well. If I can get the right plays off, I can kind of joke around that this thing is scarfed or banded and then just kind of come in and, you know, mess his life up. Mach Punch helps out with things like the Sneasel, helps out with things like the Excadrill as well, which is really cool too. And then last but not least, we are bringing Backdraft this week. Backdraft the Suicune, pretty standard for the most part. Calm Mind, Surf, Substitute, and Signal Beam. Max HP at 244 in defense and 12 in speed with a bold nature. With this speed, we are speed creeping. Pretty much anything that wants to like kind of creep up on us. If he brings like a speedier Porygon 2, which I've seen people do in the past. If he brings like a speedier Weezing, just to kind of take care of that, just a little bit in case something's creeping us. It's not for anything. It's just so we don't get crept on. Surf and Signal Beam kind of just run through his team. Something like Porygon 2 lets me set up all over it. After a Calm Mind or two, Manaphy's not breaking a sub unless he's got Energy Ball. Even then, like I said, after a Calm Mind or two up, we set up all over the Weezing, provided it doesn't have Thunderbolt. We just kind of take lives with this thing. Signal Beam is really cool coverage for the Celebi in case he thinks, oh, he's going to switch out. I can go for rocks right here. I go for a 4 times effective move. And in fact, we can actually take a look at that here really quickly. The Celebi, if he's like an offensive Stealth Rock set, like uninvested, yeah, Signal Beam 2 shots that thing, so which is really nice. So we can also go for a sub 2 on Pokemon and just get huge Surfs off too. You know, Stab Surf is really nice. I don't want to run Scald just because I do want Toxic Spike damage to kind of wear him down first. So I would much rather go for Surf instead. The more damage output is really nice, and it prevents that 30% chance of burn, which could otherwise be a toxic poison. So that is our team going up against Coach Z in the Columbus Chew. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. I will let you guys know that our GBA battle this week does have a layout. A lot of people have been asking for a layout. We finally have a layout 11 weeks into the season, so I hope you guys enjoy that. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm going to let this outro bang. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Later.